Hello everyone, I'm Professor Kitchen. Welcome to Recipe Reactions, where I look at a recipe for the first time and give you my thoughts on it, give you my reaction to it. Today we're going to be looking at overnight pickled red cabbage slaw with pear and walnuts. Sounds tasty. Alright, so today's recipe is overnight pickled red cabbage slaw with pear and walnuts, and it's from everydayhealthyrecipes.com. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below. Maybe I'll put it down here. I don't know. Depends on how I feel when I get to editing. Go over and check it out. If you find this interesting, go over and check it out. Make it. Let them know over there what you think of it, and let me know down in the comments section. Love to hear from you. All right, so this says that the prep time is about 10 minutes. Sounds really quick. And the total time is 10 minutes. Hey, I like that. Just prep, no cooking. That's what really kind of drew me to this. My youngest daughter is really big on pickled things. She loves her kimchi. She loves anything pickled. Pickles, regular, what we call, Americans think of pickles, pickled anything, especially if it's from the eastern parts of the world. She loves that sort of stuff. A lot more, she likes a lot more of the sour flavor as opposed to my standard American palate that likes things a lot more sweet. I'm envy her that she likes those sour flavors because those are really good for you. But let's look at the ingredients. Let's see what's going on here. Ingredients: 350 grams of red cabbage. That's about half a medium-sized cabbage, shredded or thinly sliced. You can slice or shred a cabbage pretty easy. You can do it by hand. You can use a mandolin. Just be careful. Make sure you use a guard if you're using a mandolin. You can even use a food processor that has a shredding attachment. Then it says you're going to need 2 small to medium pear. It says conference or other crunchy variety, cubed, sliced, or cut into thin strips. So they're not really dictating how you cut up your pears, just saying, hey, you're going to need kind of bite-sized pieces if you prefer them in squares, if you prefer them in strips, whatever you like. Then half a cup of walnuts, lightly crushed. So you're not making a walnut, what do you call that thing? What's that stuff where you crush it really fine? Words are hard. Meal. Not making an almond meal out of this. All you're doing is you're crushing up a little bit so you have a more bite-sized pieces going on. You could probably use something other than walnuts if you don't like walnuts, or you have an allergy to walnuts. You could use any other type of nut. Not a nut that you have an allergy to, though. That's not helpful. Then you want 2 tablespoons of cilantro. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm a big fan of cilantro. And then a drizzle of lemon juice and olive oil, kind of making a dressing for it. For the pickling mixture, ½ teaspoon of fine sea salt. 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt. 1 level teaspoon of sugar. Don't go overboard with the sugar. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then 4 tablespoons of cider or wine vinegar. So you definitely got more of your acidity in this than you do anything else. Don't have a lot of sugar, which is good. I like that. Or a lot of salt, which you wouldn't need a lot, to be quite honest. And then a little bit of olive oil, kind of to smooth it out over your palate, I guess. Anyway, let's look at the instructions. Coarsely grate or slice thinly the cabbage without using the tough middle bit of the cabbage, which can be chopped up and added to soup. So yeah, there is, it's a great warning, in the middle of cabbage is the core right there. And the closer you get to the stem, the more that core gets tough and hard to chew, and there's really not a lot of nutritional value to my knowledge in that. So you don't need that part. So go ahead and take that hard inner core and get rid of that. You can use that for, like they suggest, for like a cabbage soup or stew, adding it to something like that. Works great for that. Combine the pickling ingredients and pour over the cabbage, stirring thoroughly. Cover and leave in the refrigerator overnight or longer. The longer you leave this in here, the more the bite is going to really sink in. The shorter time, it's just going to be more like a salad, right? You've got your cabbage with your dressing on top that's kind of spicy or kind of vinegary, and you're going to have, it's going to be more like a salad on your palate. But the longer you leave it in, the more the vinegar and oil and salt is going to, and the sugar is going to soak into and it's going to react with the, boy, that's really nasty back there. Let's not show that anymore. There we go. Is going to react with the, what are we doing? Cabbage. It's going to react with the cabbage, and it's going to make it taste better, make it taste more like a single flavor rather than first you get a little bit of this, and then you get a little bit of that, and then you get a little bit of something else. So understand that when you go to eat it. If you don't like it, you put it in the icebox overnight, and it's just not pickly enough for you, leave it in there for a couple more days. All right, so when you're ready to pull it out, it says to make the slaw, combine the cabbage with the pears, cilantro, walnuts, season and drizzle with oil and lemon juice. It's another reason to make sure it's nice and pickled before you pull it out, because this recipe is adding a salad dressing on top of it. You have your pickle, and then you're putting a dressing. You don't want to have a dressing as a pickle and then add another dressing on top. That's really not going to work too well. If you like pickled stuff, try this. No complicated boiling, really nothing complicated about this at all. In fact, if you didn't like pears, you could probably use apples or anything else. Pears are very healthy though, and they're in season right now as I make this video. So it might be a good thing to try. I love pears, grew up with them. Really basic, really simple. Try it out. Let me know down in the comments section what you think of it. How long did you leave, where's the camera? There it is. How long did you leave your pickle in the icebox to pickle? Let me know how well it worked out for you down there in the comment section. Make sure you also go over to the actual recipe on the website. I'll put a link again down in the description box, and tell them what you think. If you didn't like it, they need to know so that they can make sure that they give stuff that people do like. If you loved it, they need to know that too, because they need to know that people are reading their blog and enjoying it. Love that folks go out there and make their time and effort to do stuff like this. So thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great week. God bless. Class dismissed.